Oh, you fucking pieces of shit, you kidnapping pieces of shit. Obviously, the baby black markets existed for a long time. I mean, I've seen it for myself, like, not 1, 2, 3 generations, 4 generations. I'm like, what the? You know what? Obviously, these people who created this baby black market are people that have influence and power. People in the government. Obviously, there's a bunch of crooked people in the Canadian government and probably lots of governments all around the world. If it's not the governments, well, it's just gangsters, like I explained in Chuz video. But anyway, the point is that lots of these people have money and power, and these are people who wanted kids and did everything they could to get kids, and they don't care about the health of these women. They don't really care all that much either about the kids' future. They don't care. If they inbreed, who cares? They don't care. They don't care. I mean, and then, I mean, I guess, you know, I didn't know exactly what was going on. I thought my life was okay. I didn't know all this stuff with my multiple personalities. I had no fucking idea. Not even the slightest idea. I didn't even really know what was going on. And some people came to shit on me and treated me like dirt. And that was Hollywood and the government. Now, is Hollywood controlling the government, or are they just working together? Working together, most likely, in lots of ways. So basically, these people come and dump on me. Call me every single name in the book. Call me a psychopath. Call me, you know, a piece of dirt. They call me every name they could think of. They put me down in every way. Criticized everything I did. Every little thing I did. And judged and picked apart everything I was. And basically laughed in my face, exploited me and tortured me, and then was torturing my family and threatening my family. Threatening. And here they're telling me about my other brothers and sisters, and telling me about my other, telling me about my kids, and telling me these things, and I'm like, I don't have a clue what you're talking about. But now I do. Now I get it. There were other kids. My mother and my father had other kids, but hey, you know, I had kids, but the thing is that they were sold into the baby black market. They were kidnapped from my mother, and they were kidnapped from the mothers of my kids. And that's the story. Now, how many are there? There are a lot, and this is, I mean, obviously Hollywood and these rich people, they knew there was more than, you know, I knew, obviously. That's obvious, how much they knew there were. Well, I think it kind of becomes obvious when you see how many of them are in Hollywood. And I think this comes from the fact that I hate Hollywood. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I just despise Hollywood. I do. Completely. And this has been for a long time. I ignore them. I really want very little to do with them. So what do? They put my family there. So what? So that I can hate them? They put my kids there, and they put my brothers there, and my sisters there, I mean. I don't know if I have any brothers. They put my cousins, and they put my family there, and my face! So what, so that I can hate on them too? I guess that was funny. But no. Let's add something else to that. They'll make them make out on screen. They'll make them do scenes together. Aunts and nephews and cousins, and literally kissing cousins and nephews and etc., etc., etc. This is the way it's happening. Welcome to Hollywood, where they took a sick pleasure in putting my kids together and my brothers and sisters and my cousins together on screen as couples. So, I mean, how much did they know? They knew a lot. I mean, if it would have happened once, okay? But no, it's not just once. This is already a dozen times that more than that probably, but at least a dozen times. See, basically what these Hollywood people did was, I guess they were taking revenge on me, and they took revenge on my family. Now, you're asking yourself, who's my family in Hollywood? Well, I mean, I have other kids that aren't in Hollywood. I mentioned them, but I also mentioned some of the ones that were, okay? But then there's others. There's a whole bunch of others. Like, and my sisters, I mean, and I even have aunt and cousins, an aunt and uncle, cousins. No, a little cousin. There's a whole bunch of them. It's like, maybe I have to make a list, but here's one that's gonna surprise you, a couple of them. They're gonna surprise you. Stephanie Germanotta and Natalie Germanotta. Oh yeah, Lady Gaga, because that's what people know her as, right? And her sister. They're actually my sisters. They're my little sisters. Now, I mean, I found some of my brothers and sisters here in Quebec. I actually knew some of them years before I figured this out. I knew one of my little sisters from years back. I knew one of my big brothers from even further back, from high school. And these are the ones in Hollywood are the ones that surprised me a lot. But anyway, the names, I guess I don't know them very well, but those are two. And then and then there's Ariana Grande, who's another one of my little sisters, right? And actually, if you look at Ariana and Natalie, they look very much alike. And let's see now. I have another sister that's on Days of Our Lives that plays Paige. That's another one. And the boyfriend she has, well, he's actually my son. So, yeah, oh yeah, and please take note. Their ages aren't always right. They're not. I mean, I found this in my own kids when I found them, which was really surprising. I mean, I couldn't believe they could do that, but obviously they can. So, they do. Now, I guess they probably homeschool most of these kids, and lots of them, I guess, are just smart, like, you know, like me, or like my parents, generally like my family, because we tend to have high IQs, and I guess that's the way it turned out. And then, to hide their age, the other thing they do is they give them hormones. Make them mature faster. And, another thing they can do to make somebody, you know, look older is you know, making sure that they can also make somebody look younger, sorry, by giving them also certain hormones. So, basically, this is what's going on. I mean, they took all these celebrities and they put them together and put them in my face, and they're celebrities now, and they're actually my family. Like the actress that plays Felicity on Arrow. That's another one of my sisters. The actress that is an agent on Chicago PD. I forget what her name is, but there's a few others. I mean, and there's quite a few of them that really don't have the right age, and they're actually younger, and I mean, they just passed them off as older. I mean, girls, it's not that hard generally. If they can get them to hit puberty by the time they're 9, they're 8 or 9, which is very common with hormones. You can do that. Well, I mean, what are you going to be able to tell the difference between that? She's going to have a breast by the time she's 10, 11 years old. She's going to look like she's a teenager, but in reality, she's just a kid. I mean, this happens in society all the time. We know this. Girls mature faster than boys lots of the time. It's a given. So, I mean, these are just some of the names, some of the actresses and celebrities that are my brother and my sisters, and there's quite a few others. And obviously, it was to do it on purpose. But anyway, to hurt me, to take revenge, because lots of the time that's what they do. And then in Quebec TV, there's There's Mary Wolf, who's my sister, and she actually, if you look at her and Stephanie Germanotta, or Lady Gaga, whatever, they actually look a lot alike. I'm sure Marie could pass herself off as Stephanie Germanotta. With enough makeup, she could. She basically could. She could, because Stephanie wears so much makeup. But then, Stephanie is a brunette and in natural makeup, that not too much makeup and not too much, fancy clothes or whatever. Just in a simple look, natural simple look, she actually looks a lot like my sisters, and like me, actually, too. So, I mean, in a family, you can have, if there's a lot of kids, you will have different noses, because, the two parents' nose is in combination, so you get a part that's your mom's, a part that's your dad. Whatever part you get from your dad, whatever part you get from your mom, kind of determines what your nose is gonna look like. Well, not kind of, but it does. It determines that. So, I think I'll make more videos in time, and I'll keep telling you the names of these people that are related to me. It's like, there's the twins that sing, I forget their names. I think I'll make a list.